Hey, what's going on, guys? We're going to talk today about one way to maybe decrease your low back pain with walking. Typically what we'll see is if you are extension sensitive, maybe load sensitive, maybe extension plus load sensitive, then we'll have low back pain when we're walking. And if you're standing for a long period of time and you get pain and it gets better by doing a little tuck underneath, that's pretty clear evidence that you're extension sensitive. So how do we apply that to walking? Well, when you tuck your butt underneath a little bit, typically you're activating your glutes. And if you're just standing here and you squeeze your glutes and you get a little bit of a pelvic tilt, that's saying, hey, we got to use our glutes a little bit more. We very commonly see that people with low back pain, especially extension sensitive low back pain, stop using their glutes so much. They start sneaking forward to use their quads or getting into extension to use their back for whatever reason, and that just perpetuates a cycle of low back pain and glute, maybe not weakness, but non-use. So getting your glutes firing when you're walking, which can be extremely awkward at first, is super important because we have to be able to fire one glute at a time quickly. So on, off, on, off. So if you take your fists and you put them right in your glutes and you lean up against the wall, you can practice turning these on real quick. So if you squeeze both butt cheeks, your hips should just come straight forward and then you relax. And then you can try to turn them on quickly and relax. Turn them on and relax. And then, since you only walk by putting one leg down in front of you at a time, we're going to try unilaterally. So we're going to squeeze your left side, relax, squeeze the right side, relax. And you see when I squeeze, my glute muscle actually pushes me away from that side. So I do a little rotation. So you can actually just sit here and practice this until you're able to turn on and off, on and off, on and off pretty quickly. And then we've got to apply that to walking, which is where this gets really weird. And it feels funny because it looks funny typically at first, but the more you practice it, nobody knows that you're doing it because you develop the ability to do it without looking weird, right? So I usually have people just start by squeezing their hands as they're walking, which is something else that makes it look awkward because they tend to have their arm go with that leg at the same time instead of a reciprocating arm swing like we normally have. So when you step, when my right leg touches, I'm going to squeeze my right hand. And that's just a little cue to squeeze my right glute. So when my foot hits the ground, squeeze real quick. Anytime my hand is closed, my glute is on. When I open my hand, my glute turns off. So I squeeze, 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 squeeze. And it's just a very quick glute squeeze, glute squeeze, glute squeeze. And then that's usually how people start. They walk like this, which is not how we walk, which is why it looks funny. And then as you get better at it, you can stop doing that and just do a little squeeze, right? If you put your heel into the ground a little bit harder, that's useful. But as I just walk around here, normally, right, you can't even tell that I'm squeezing my glutes as I'm walking because it doesn't look any different, right? It just looks like I'm walking around my office in this video like a weirdo. So you can try that around your house when there's no one looking. You can try it out at the mall. It doesn't matter. Try it on a treadmill. Give it a shot because we have seen many patients who have been able to implement this and significantly decrease their low back pain with walking. You know, especially if you feel like when you're walking or standing, you have to be bent forward. You know, you're buying flexion from the top. And if you can get that glute squeeze down and that little tuck when you're standing there, now you're buying it from the bottom. You're directly affecting the lumbar spine instead of going through the thoracic spine to get down there. And it has a great effect if you can figure out how to do it well and you're willing to put in the practice. So give it a shot, guys. Tag somebody who needs to see this, like this video, and leave us a comment. Let us know how it goes for you. We'll see you next time.